Oh, hey, how y'all doing? This is Julio Radio, where I'm your host. No, on a serious note, this is the first episode, so I don't know what to expect, but I expect greatness after this, and we're gonna go from there. But let's get into it.
Hello.
Hey.
Hey.
This is Julio. I'm your host. Yeah. So, with that being said, how are you doing mentally? I always like to do mental checks.
I'm pretty good. I have no complaints.
That's what I like.
I'm in a good place.
Okay. Okay. Well, I always like to give like a brief, introduction for my guests. Let them know, what do you do, your occupation. Something short, nothing too crazy. I mean,
Well, I am a teacher. I've been teaching for 10 years.
Okay.
Went to school for it, everything.
All right.
But I'm also a part-time soldier in the Army Reserve.
Well, you know what? I thank you for your service and everything that you do and did, and I appreciate that. Thank you. Well, for the first episode, I just want to do a little Q&A.
Of course. Let's do it.
Okay, cool. So my first question.
You already kicking. Look at you. Okay.
What's the craziest thing you ever did for love?
That's where we're going to start? Okay.
Hey, we got to start somewhere.
Do I have time to set the backdrop?
Okay, hold on. Wait. Let me get ready for this.
Okay, so I had seen this guy like 2 years prior to us like talking or whatever. Right. And off rip, I just knew, oh my gosh, this is it for me, right? So, I mean, we added each other on socials or whatever, didn't ever really turn into anything. Fast forward 2 years later, on my birthday, I took some pictures, I posted them, and he liked not one, but all three of them, and he wished me happy birthday. Okay. So at this point, it's all gas, no brakes.
Come on.
So I'm like, hey, I mean, you gotta take a shot. It's my birthday, you gotta take a shot. So we on Instagram.
Y'all on Instagram.
Yeah, we got Instagram. So I call him on Instagram, video chat or whatever. Okay. We take a shot together, and then after that, that's my man. I don't think he knew it, but in my eyes, it was just he and I. We riding off into the sunset. So we were talking every day. Like it was really cute. I knew his schedule, he knew mine. It was whatever. Okay. So I also play flag football. So I was in Tampa for Worlds, and he was in Tampa too. Okay. So I told him, where I was playing, where I was gonna be at or whatever, and he said he was gonna pull up. And so I'm on the field. It's like in between snaps, I'm looking for him on the sideline somewhere. He didn't show up. So I hit him like, what's going on? Like, he was just like, oh, I got caught up. Now, mind you, we've been talking like every day for a couple months. Like, this is my...
Okay, so y'all was real deep into it. Okay.
Yeah, I mean, at least on my end, we was deep into it, you know what I'm saying? So, like, dating-wise, I've always been the one to get ghosted, and I just kind of leave it there. And I was really sick of getting ghosted, right? So, I'm with my best. Next day, me and my bestie, we check Instagram. We see he's at Waffle House. So, I'm like, you know what? I'm sick of not getting an explanation. Like, if he don't want me, he gonna have to tell me he don't want me. He just was like, I was tired or whatever the excuse was for him not coming to my game. And I just feel like my biggest pet peeve is don't tell me you're gonna do something and not do it. Yo, I'm too old. I was over it. I wasn't gonna just let it slide anymore. So we drove around to like 5 different Waffle Houses trying to find this man, see if we can pull up on him. And so I'm like, man, I want to pull up on him. My best friend was like, shoot, let's do it. I look at her, I'm in the driver's seat. I look at her, I said, word.
Wait.
She said, yeah.
Wait, hold on.
Wait.
So how far are you guys from Palm Beach?
I think Tampa's like 3.5 hours.
So you drove all the way from Tampa to Palm Beach just to figure it out? Okay.
I did. He wasn't answering my phone calls. He was not answering my phone calls. Like, if he would have just answered and told me, yo, you know, whatever the case was, okay, I could deal with that.
Right.
But you're not finna ignore me. Get to Palm Beach, pull up to his mom's house, and I sent him a picture of the front of his mother's house. Oh my God.
What? Yeah, you flag on the flag. Rule number 1: never, ever show up to another man's mama's house unexpected.
Crazy.
You crazy.
Okay, but also.
But go ahead. Finish.
Okay, press play. We back in the game, right? I sent him a picture of his house. He's like, "What are you doing?" He went from being at his people's house 45 minutes away to being 5 minutes up the street. So your story ain't matching up. So he tells me to meet him at a park, like up the street, maybe 5 minutes up the street.
Chill.
I go to the park. Me and my best friend, we just sitting waiting. We in a rental. And this little car, I don't even know what kind of car it was, it zoomed in the parking lot, right? That's not his car.
Okay.
I'm like, that's looking interesting. You know, kids are playing basketball on the basketball courts or whatever.
Right.
I'm like, I don't think they came to play. He pulls up, rolls down his window. I get out the car. I go to his car. He's like, yo, what you doing? I was like, I just want to talk. He's like, yo, this is crazy, you know, like, what are you doing? This is wild, blah, blah, blah. I'm like, I just want to talk. Why are you ignoring me? You haven't ignored me for the past couple months. Like, tell me what it is. You said you was going to show up. You didn't show up. I just want to talk to you. He tried to pull off on me. I kept my hand in the window. He's like, all right. He's like, all right. We can talk. So while I'm at his car, like, he has a friend in the car with him. There's another car that, like I said, I pulled up. He gets out of the car. I walk over to like the center of like the driveway in the parking lot. And his people get out the car and they just standing there mugging. And disclaimer, I'm not crazy, but while all this is happening, I'm smiling. I'm trying not to smile. This ain't a funny situation. The man probably felt threatened. So he all serious face. I'm trying to hide back a smile, which probably made him think I'm really crazy. And then we had like a moment, right, where he looked at me, because we had a handshake. He looked at me, I looked at him, and both of us put our hands. We both put our hands out to do our handshake, and we just started laughing.
No.
Oh God.
What?
Yeah, we started laughing. Yeah. So like,
I mean, I wouldn't even consider that crazy. That was probably like a happy ending at the end, you know?
It was perfect.
It was like a perfect ending. So it wasn't really crazy. It was more so like began to be crazy, and at the end it was happily ever after.
Kind of, because while I was waiting outside of his mom's house, his mom had called the cops.
So you was on
the police department. The police department was looking for our car. You know, we had our little kumbaya from his friend talking about, hey, your car is hot. I'm like, oh my God. So we drive to, I think we were like downtown Palm Beach. Went to like the 4th floor of a parking garage and parked.
Well, so y'all staking out basically.
We were staking out. We got a hotel just to let the night, you know, blow over.
Right.
And I kid you not, going to the hotel, like, I don't know, something that happened. And the police had like their sirens on. They were coming toward us. What? When I tell you I was not breathing, but they passed us. Okay. So, I mean, we got a hotel for the night and ended up going home. It was fine. Wow. It was fine.
Wow. That's actually a crazy story. I mean, for love, like that's real deep. I don't even think I could top that. I mean, I don't think I could top that. 3 hours, that's crazy. I mean,
it wasn't that bad.
Yeah. but 3 hours, like, that's a little OD. But you know what? Hey, like
not
I said,
OD.
It's LOVE ... You did it for love, out of the kindness of your heart, because you really cared and you need the answer, right? You really wanted.
I needed my answer. Yeah.
Okay. Wow. Not bad at all. Not bad to start us off. So for the second question. Okay. Have you ever looked through your significant other's phone, and what did you find that was very disturbing?
Ooh. Okay. Dude I was talking to lived in this building. I live in this building, which is already like a big no-no. But he was on the 17th floor. I was on the 6th floor. And he asked me like an insecure question, like, so why do you always work so late? Or why do you... He was questioning my time. And I always be at school. I love children. I love teaching, coaching. That's like my passion. So when he did that, I'm like, you got to be asking me this question because you're doing something. So he's a super hard sleeper. He had like an Android phone where your index finger unlocks the phone. So while he was asleep, I unlocked his phone.
Flag on the
and I was reading.
Another flag on the
Oh my! Again.
First off, like, you dealing with an Android. All my Android users, I'm sorry. Like, you should know what you're getting yourself into.
I should have known. I should have known this. Right?
What you're getting yourself into. That's
God.
Having an Android is like having black forces on with no socks.
Ooh, that's diabolical.
Very dangerous.
Black forces with no socks is crazy work.
But continue. Crazy work.
Well, I go through his phone and the name is Alan. And I'm looking through Alan because Alan like called several times or whatever.
Alan,
right? And I'm like, this. I feel like dudes don't talk to each other like that much. So I look in the text message and she's, oh, I miss you. And oh my gosh, this was so good. Let me cook for you. Alan saying this to him.
Alan saying that to Brother. Okay, bro. We're going to call him bro.
Yeah,
we're going to call him Bro Man.
Bro Man, yeah. And Bro Man just
no. We ain't call him Bro Man. We call him Bro Man. Let's just give him a name. Give him a nickname. So Alan is the person that he was texting.
Alan, yeah.
Okay. But it's not a dude, correct?
Not a dude. Gotcha. Not a dude at all.
Okay, so anyways.
So he's like, eating it up. He's like, oh yeah, I've been hungry. She's, oh, let me cook for you, what, blah, blah, blah. So I press him about it. Turns out Alan lives on the 12th floor. While I'm at work, he's in Alan's apartment, getting cooked for, busting her down. They come into my apartment afterwards. Oh my God. It got to the point, like, 'cause he had a dog too.
Sweet.
It got to the point where I told him, sweet life, my foot. I told him, like, you don't have to.
Hotel. He was having a good time. So you telling me, hold on, let me get this straight. So you telling me that he was on the 17th floor, getting buzzed down, then coming back down to the 6th floor to come to you?
To come to me, yeah.
That's tough.
So we confront each other. I tell him, I went through your phone. I know what's going on, yada, yada. He's like, oh, I don't even want her, the whole spiel, whatever. I'm done with her. And then eventually ended up going back to her. So one morning, he's in my apartment. I kiss him goodbye. I'm going down the elevator, going to work.
Tell me. Let me get this straight. So even though you knew what he was doing, you still took him back?
I did. But I was young. Like I said, this is like, he's in my apartment.
Go ahead.
I kiss him goodbye. I'm going downstairs to go to work. Elevator opens up on, the ground floor. Alan walks in. I'm walking out. And we just had like a moment where we kind of like looked at each other. And she was like, he's in your apartment, isn't he? I said, yeah, he is. Yep. And you could see her just like boiling. I was like, you know what? Let's go upstairs. So the both of us go up to the 6th floor. We go to my apartment, 612, right off the elevator. I open the door. He's like, "Oh, babe, you're back." I said, "Yeah, I'm back, and I have a friend. Guess who I found?" And he's like, "Oh, yeah, what's up?" Turns his head and sees the both of us.
Dun, dun, dun.
Yeah. The argument got so heavy. Like,
What the hell is going on?
between the sheets in my home. Yeah, that's what going through the phone then got me. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Let me ask you this though: what's the point of male or female looking through their significant other's phone? Like, what do you get out of that? Because guess what? One, if you don't find anything, now where does that take you? A little weird, tricky, because it's like, damn, now you don't really believe me. You going through, So it's like, where's the growth in that?
I mean, for me, I feel like I'm a really honest person, and I can't hold water. If I'm with you, then you gonna know everything that's on my mind.
That's real.
So I would tell you, like, I was feeling the type of way or insecure about this, and I went through your phone. And then, I mean, because like I've always been kind of like an upfront, blunt kind of person. So if that was like a deal breaker, then, the consequences of your actions, you got to take responsibility. Right. But every time that I have gone through a phone, I found what my intuition was already telling me.
Right, exactly. So if that person doesn't give you any type of intuition of, it's like worriness, or you're worried about, I think he might be doing something on the low, or he's not giving me trustworthy, he's giving me very suspicious, then it's necessary, and certain shit ain't adding up in what he's saying. Okay.
I'm happy at home doing, or playing, or honestly, I spend a lot of time coaching and teaching. Okay. So I don't have the time, the energy to be wondering where you are, what you're doing. Okay. So if my mind isn't even on you and you start acting funny, and then I go through your phone and I find out that, my feelings, like my gut feeling is correct, then I feel like I'm justified.
That's awesome. I like how you simplified that answer. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. And do you have like any questions for me? Anything you want to ask me?
Do you think the love that you're looking for can be found? First of all, do you want to be in a relationship? And do you think you'll be able to find it?
Honestly, I don't want to be in a relationship. I want to be married. But you have to start a relationship to get there. So, yeah, I think it is out there. I spoke to my dad earlier. I talk to my dad almost every other day, just for like guidance, And he said, you know what? He said, son, you're not going to find no girl in the club, neither at a party. You're going to find her in church. I said, you know what?
Hallelujah.
I said, you know what? You're right.
Son-in-law.
Hey, don't play like that. No, don't be doing that. Lord.
Sorry.
I was trying to speak.
Hey, the Lord got a sense of humor.
I know.
You know my heart.
I know. What you said again? What you said?
I said, Shanana.
Yo, my bad. All right, no. But on a real note though, do I think that there's a person out there for me? Heck yeah, there's a person out there for anybody, any shape, color, and size. It's somebody for you. Oh.
Everyone has so many options,
Yeah.
Like it's easy to see a flaw in somebody and move on to try and find someone else. You got dating sites, Instagram, Facebook, TikTok. Right. You got to come to the table perfect, but nobody perfect.
Nobody's not perfect, but communication is key in anything and everything that we do. Whether it's not even relationships, it could be friendships as well. So, you really have to understand the person that you're letting into your space, you know. And that's a deep conversation that we can have, you know, later on. But
for another episode,
exactly. But to end this show, I just want to say thank you for tuning in to Julio Radio. I learned some things from you, and you learned a little bit about me. But to break it down, close us out with a message.
From Ray of Sunshine, control what you can control.
Control what you can control. Okay, I appreciate you, and thank you for calling.
Thanks for having me. Bye.
All right, bro. Yep, that's a wrap. You know, this was the first episode. I wasn't really expecting no highs and lows. I expect anything that goes. So, if you know, you know. Thank you.